We're back now, and for the past 3 weeks, we've been taking a closer look at the rhinos at the Buffalo Zoo, and today we're going to wrap up that series with a look at how rhinos are trained. This is very interesting.
Yeah, it really is. That's right, Kate. Over the past couple of weeks, we've been looking at the important work they've been doing at the zoo. We looked at the breeding program they have going on there, including the pregnancy of Tashi, the one-horned Indian rhino. We also looked at the different species of rhino and what it takes to house 2 different species in one facility. And finally today we're going to show you the care that goes into keeping a rhino, especially how they train it.
Open, good. Open, good boy. Open.
Now that's a well-trained rhino.
Good. Yeah, you know you're good.
And he needs to be.
Boy.
Daily health checkups are vital. Can you imagine trying to do this with nearly 6,000 uncooperative pounds?
A lot of our animals at the zoo, especially very large animals, we try to avoid immobilization because that can be very risky.
The fewer times you have to sedate an animal, the better. So they have to be trained.
It's less risk to the animal. It's a little bit more work in the long run, for the keepers on a day-to-day basis, but it's worth it in the long run.
And just how do you go about training a rhino? Well, here's one way. Give them a massage.
All rhinos love tactile stimulation, so you can actually train a rhino by rubbing them down. So you can train them to lay down by rubbing their belly. You can train them to lean into the barriers by rubbing their sides. And they just like it too, so it's a reinforcement.
Oh, and food works too. While George is undergoing his checkup, a constant stream of food is being shoveled into his mouth. And no, they don't eat quietly.
They're a little loud when they eat, too.
They're very sloppy eaters.
There's a dental check, a pedi check for any cuts or sores, and then the skin is scanned for scrapes or bites. All the while they're being rubbed and fed. They love it. In the winter, Lulu, the black rhino, will have her mud baths indoors. She's more cold sensitive than the Indian rhino. The 100 pounds of daily food is available to them 24/7. A soft bedding of custom-sized wood chips is always at the ready. There are rhino-proof toys for them to play with, should they so choose. But the 3 things that rhinos most enjoy doing: eating, rolling in mud,
Yeah, muddy rhino is a happy rhino.
and sleeping. Life is good for the rhinos at the Buffalo Zoo. And in return, the hope is that they flourish and produce generations of offspring until we no longer have to say endangered.
They're beautiful animals, and some sad news on that front. Tourists are now back allowed in South Africa after COVID, and when the tourists have now been allowed back in, the poachers are back too. So poaching of rhinos is on the rise again. You can find out more about this by going to the International Rhino Foundation. I really want to thank the people at the Buffalo Zoo. The whole staff was wonderful. Their hospitality was incredible. Christian Dobashevitz, thank you so much. Joe Hauser, and the great video and editing by Justin Wachowski, Jim Caskey, and Dan Myers. Thank you so much. I had a riot doing this.
Well, we enjoyed it, and we hope that we get to see more wild with
wanna do
Maria
more.
stories.
Yeah, definitely.
Good stuff. We love it. Thank you, Maria.